And ever since that nigga got engaged,
Yeah,
it's
now
real.
now we're live boys, even though we're like 21, well, not even 21, like 23 minutes behind. You'd have to blame the Pato fella for that because only God knows what he was doing. I can't even tell you. I don't even know what to say. But welcome
Bro,
back, guys, to Pitch Talk, and welcome back to Take a Touch. And as always, I have my guys with me. We have Pato in the building. The clap is not really as high as it used to be, but that's fair
yo.
enough. Yeah, I'm saying that one was very mute. But last
Yee.
but not least, we have Big H in the building as well.
Oh, Gyökeres. Yeah. I'm back.
Gyökeres hive with me starving. We finally got fed. And anytime he feeds, he always does it on Tuesdays. Either he scores 2 goals, he got a goal and assist against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. He's actually the first player to get to produce a goal and assist in a cup final. I think in the Carabao Cup final, or maybe just a cup final in general for Arsenal since Robert Pires in like 2004 or something like that.
Look at my guy
Do you know
breaking
what I'm saying?
records already, man. Look at him,
So
man.
you know what I'm saying? Yokeres High, we're eating a little bit today. We're eating a little bit.
Those are six stats. Go on.
Listen, I know they don't mean much right now, yeah,
Bro,
but
we're
you
leaving
know what I'm
with
saying?
some.
It's something that you can hold on to, something that you can talk about. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's nowhere better to start than obviously Arsenal beating Chelsea the other day, 3-2, up on aggregate on the first leg. H, are you comfortable with that? With that scoreline?
Do you know what it was? Yeah. Like, we really let them get 2 goals. That's really what it was. We actually just gave them the opportunity to have 2 goals because realistically, that game should have been a 3-0, 4-0. Call it a day, man. Go back to the Emirates, man. They let Eze start for once. You know what I mean? Like that was, and the fact that Garnacho scored as well. I said,
Two.
damn. I said, this brother, bro. I said, oh my god, man. But look, to be fair, I think overall good performance away from home. Just again, we just kind of just let ourselves down. Just giving away 2 cheap goals. Like, granted, some of them like maybe you can't. There's not a lot you can do with them. Like, I think the second one, the ball missed Gabriel and Saliba's head, but like 2 centimeters. Do you know what I mean? So like maybe it would have been 3-1 if one of them got there. But in terms of our attack and play, I think we really had these men on ropes. Like, we pressed them high. They lost the ball bare times. It's just again, just try and put these chances away, score the goals, pack the game up. Like, I know Arteta tried to rest some man, like again, but I feel like there's certain games where it's just like, especially when it's like a big one like this, like maybe you wait till like the 50th minute and then you bring on your Mikael Marinos because you tend to lose a little something. Like, I know we have Forest away on Saturday, but it's like you want to kind of give yourself an easier task at home in like 3 weeks' time, where it's like, okay, do you know what? Maybe if it's a 3-0 or a 4-1 or 4-0, okay, maybe we can kind of just play a maintaining game. Maybe you see the game at 1-1 or something, or 1-0 or whatever. You know, you don't have to go all guns blazing in that game. But overall, I think good game. The score flattered Chelsea a lot. I think Chelsea were absolutely, how these man, imagine being Chelsea and Nigerian, brother. You chopped pepper yesterday, bro. God damn. But overall, though, I think good performance was just small. Just, can you stop some of those goals? Yes, no, but I just think the score flattered them lot a bit too much.
I think because you were away as well. I think it's a decent result. Obviously, when it was like 3-1, I think I turned it off.
There's some going on with my mic, but we're not sorry now.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I went 3-1, I turned it off and just changed to the Nigeria game because I thought, okay, that's done. Obviously, seeing that it ended 3-2, giving Chelsea like a sliver of hope. But the thing is, they have to play at the Emirates, and I'm pretty sure you guys haven't lost at the Emirates all season.
No.
Or something like that. Yeah, so I don't see Chelsea and that. Yeah, what's the Liam Lawson or whatever his name is? I don't see him.
Liam, Black Rose Black.
Yeah, I don't see him doing anything spectacular,
Yeah, so
especially
sorry about that. Was the whole system right now was just glitching for a second, so I just had to drop it. Drop in.
I was just saying, I don't see that Liam Rossner or whatever his name is. I don't see him doing anything spectacular and go to the Emirates and turning the deficit around. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, they were trying to play off on the back yesterday, and they just looked like Bambi on ice or something like that. Like, it was just absolutely atrocious. Um, What's his name? Robert Sanchez. I don't know where they got this guy from. This guy is terrible. This guy is 10 packs of ass cheeks, man. He is crap.
The brother is
This
a Spanish. He's a Spanish Jamaican. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. What was the Jamaican person doing in Spain? Or what was the Spanish person doing in Jamaica? Something is not aligning there, bro.
bro, this guy, I don't know. He was literally like it was like he's playing against him. You know what I'm saying? Like he just looks so shaky on the ball. Does not command his box as well. And that was just like Kepa for me yesterday as well. Like I see why we got this guy for 5 mil. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Kepa, but bro, yesterday it was just not it. Like he didn't have a bad performance, but for me it just was not it. Like his box control as well is terrible, flapping at corners. That's how Ganacho was able to score 2 goals. You know what I'm saying? Not even 2 goals. I say the second goal when they made it 3-2. Not dealing with that. A couple of crosses as well. He didn't really deal with it as well. When Chelsea had corners, they were really putting the pressure on top of him as well, and he wasn't really handling too. Just jumping in the air, just flapping and stuff. I said goalkeepers yesterday, both of them they weren't really that great. Kepa just looked a little bit better because obviously we were a little bit more dominant as well. But 5 mil for Kepa. I see what we got for 5 mil yesterday.
Do you think? Obviously, I'm guessing you guys will get to the final. Do you think Arteta will still play Kepa in the final?
If I was him, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even play him. I wouldn't even play him in the second leg.
Oh, fairs.
I wouldn't even play him in the second. If you want to go through, no disrespect to him. If you want to go through, I wouldn't even play him in the second leg. He wasn't bad, but I just David Raya just reassures me. I know when those crosses are coming in, he's gonna get there. He's gonna catch it. And when those corners as well, because obviously he knows they're going to try to put pressure on him and all that kind of stuff. He knows how to evade it. His cross claiming is really good. His distribution is a lot better. He just controls the defense a lot better. I just feel a lot more confident with if David Raya was in the sticks. If we're trying to win this competition 3-2 up, you make the best decision. Put David Raya in.
Even has Kepa played all the matches up until yesterday?
The Carabao Cup games, yeah. And he played well. He played that match, and he played at the FA Cup against Portsmouth as well. So he's actually had a back-to-back
Games, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you not think it would be a bit unfair? He's played all the matches.
If we have FA Cup against Wigan in a couple of weeks, he'd be able to play that. He'd be brand new.
Bro, ask what did Real Madrid do when that Lunin guy was when they won the Champions League when he was the best keeper in the world and Courtois got fit. They say Courtois entered that final, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, what do you mean, bro? They told him, don't get too comfortable, my boy. Relax. Do you know what I mean? Bro,
that's Champions League.
Have the best starting 11 out. Don't do the sentimental shit I tell, bro. You get right. Best 11 has to be out for that final, bro. If I see Kepa, let me see Kepa, bro.
If I see Kepa, I know we're not being serious right now. I just know we're not being serious right now.
Well, Pep and Klopp, when they were winning the couple of League Cups that they won, they always kept the second choice keeper even in the final when they were winning them.
Listen, each to their own. That worked for them. This is gonna work for us.
Yeah, Kepa against Man City. All right.
Because who did Man City have a backup as a backup at that time? Was it not Stefan Ortega or something like that, or who's even been the backups recently? He's only
was Claudio Bravo at the very beginning, like in 20.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? They've had adequate backups.
Yeah, we had Kelleher as well. So yeah.
Kelleher in Ireland international starting goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the type of caliber you had second best. We had Aaron Ramsdale for a little bit, the guy that can't focus in games.
He was decent. He actually was a decent keeper.
Yeah, he can focus in games, and sometimes it was very obvious.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to get back to my boy Gyökeres because I haven't praised him enough. I'm not gonna obviously glaze him too much because first good game in a while. I think for me personally, I think this is the second best game in the Arsenal jersey. I'll say the first one for me. It's really a toss up between the Newcastle game and the Burnley game. I know the Newcastle game he didn't score, but he was just a nuisance. As the fact that he was just there, I feel like it helped us get over the line. I know he wasn't on the pitch I think even when we equalized with Mika Marino and then what's his name Gabriel Magalhaes in the last minute. But the fact just having a striker up there, somebody to occupy, and you know what I mean, some that Dan Burns and I think it was maybe Botman that was playing that day, something to think about. But yeah, no, I thought his performance against Chelsea was really good. Obviously, a goal and assist as well, and the assist that he even got for Zubimendi, I like the movement in that. Guys have been complaining about his movement the past couple of weeks. I've just been mentioning little things, but his movement forward, he was literally in front of the defender. And he made a dart and run to the front post, got the ball, held it for a second, flicked it back, boom, it's a goal. So he's starting to learn little bits as well. So which is good to see. Um, but Walter, what did you watch the game? What did you think of Gyökeres' performance?
Yeah, I was watching it in and out. To be fair, looking through down the Nigeria game, but yeah, I think he did okay. I think obviously he's been playing for the club now for basically half a season. I
Mm,
think the second half of the season we're gonna see more like what he was when he was at his previous club.
mm,
I think with the he had to learn Arsenal style of play, people that he's playing with, all this type of stuff. Especially at the very beginning, it was horrible, man. He was just I don't know what he was doing. But even just watching that game, it seems like he understands more what he's supposed to do and what his teammates are going to do as well. Obviously, Saka, I don't know what was going on, but other than that, yeah, he had a decent game. And it's obviously it's the Carabao Cup. It's the lowest competition, but for me, it's still a trophy. And if you buy a striker to be a starting striker, and he's scoring and assisting in a semi-final, and if you go on to win that competition, that's what you bought him for to show up in these type of games. So fair
mm.
play to the guy. If you go on to win the Carabao Cup, he was instrumental in that. And no one can really sniff at the Carabao Cup because trophies are hard to come by nowadays. So you take it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no, absolutely. H, what's your opinion?
I think from the last couple of weeks, I think we've been seeing a lot more of Gyökeres' technical side. Like there's who what was the last game? What was the last Prem game? Who did you play in the last Prem game?
Uh,
Who did you play in the last Prem game?
It was a Bournemouth 3-2.
It was Bournemouth, yeah?
no, I don't think it was. No, it wasn't Bournemouth. We
Who
played.
the hell did we
Oh,
play?
us,
Bro,
you
what was
played
the last
us.
time?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, it
0-0.
was, yeah. Oh, damn, I was like, bro, when's the last Prem game that happened, bro? But
Yeah,
I think the last couple of weeks, I think we've definitely been seeing Gyökeres' more technical side. Like I've been seeing when he seems his touch is a bit more cleaner. It seems like he can make those kind of like good little flicks, like through on goal. Even for that Zubimendi goal, like that's just a very, it's very easy. I think like earlier on the season, that brother tried to do that thing, that goal for a corner or something. Do you know what I mean? Like it would just be messy. So I think he's starting to get into his own of knowing the league and realizing, okay, do you know what? Even the shot he had where we got the corner, like that was a great touch and a turn, and he still got to let the shot off on his left foot. That's typical striker movement. That's what you have to do. Haaland does this day in day out. You see Wissa and he's small 5'5", bro, does it day in day out. You know what I mean? So I think he's beginning to come into his own a bit more. Um, but yeah, I think again, just that Saka should be careful. We should be careful. Don't hang out my striker now. Don't let him bully you. But yeah, I think again, it's like obviously you don't want to make excuses for the guys. There's been chances that the boys are put on the play for him and stuff like that, and he's absolutely shanked it. But again, it's like if you get a new striker in, the only way he's gonna get good is by you guys giving him chances for him to shoot. That's the only way. You can't give a guy, you can't put two balls into the box, two balls in the box, and then be like, well, I said, bro, nah, you have to keep on servicing the guy. It's
mm,
unless we now have you look at the end of the season, we gave this guy 300 chances and he's only scored 5 goals. That's okay. The guy
Yeah.
is more, but you
mm,
have to get the guy, you have to let him get warmed up. So I think again, that's a coaching thing. That's him trying to find the system. But overall, I've been impressed with this guy the last couple of weeks, honestly.
mm, mm. No, that's fair. I'll tell you, yeah, like you said, we've seen little glimpses of his whole play looking a little bit better. Sometimes his touch is silky, then other times is a little bit rash. Well, no, he was no, it was good. Now listen, he had I'd say an 8 out of 10 game. That's the right now. Give him an 8 out of 10. I think that's solid. I think you guys could agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
too
go with
much.
it.
Not too much.
Airtown is good.
At least a 7.5, man. Not an 8.
It's good. It's close. 7.5 is 0.5.
7.5, bro.
Close
Listen,
to
I
8.
know
It's still very close to 8.
what I've seen the last 7 months. I know who this guy is. He hasn't fooled me yet.
But for just for that one performance, I would say the 8, especially because it's away from home in the semi-final. And he's playing against Chelsea. It's not like it's a scrub of it. Obviously, Chelsea are not great right now, but they're still Chelsea at the end of the day. So
for 70 million pounds, you better, bro. This is what you be doing day in, day out. Don't just tell me that today's the day you did it.
70 million is on the cheap. Look at how much people are spending on strikers in this league. Bro, 70 million is
especially you guys.
Yeah, especially we only got one striker, so we paid for Isak, but he's coming next season.
He's next season signing, yeah. You know those ones when you sign a player, you know when Real Madrid they'll sign like a 17-year-old, but he's not coming until 2 transfer windows next.
It's just like us now with the 2 kids from Ecuador that we signed as well. Now they're not coming for another 2 years.
2 years, imagine.
You know what I'm saying? And then we signed that kid from Shamrock Rovers as well. He's not coming for another 2 years as well.
You know, if I was them, I'd be slapping.
You're underage. What you want them to do is the law.
Yeah, but for them 2 years, man, like you be telling people I play for Arsenal, like, what are you talking for?
I swear, if I was in the playground, saying, "I swear, boys, I swear." Like,
yeah, showing them contracts and all that, like, bro.
Showing them pictures. Here's me and attack. Look. There's
it's not even on the official academy page.
It's AI.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I wanted to talk a bit about the FA Cup as well. I wanted to ask you, Pato, what the hell was Szoboszlai doing in that game? When he tried to back heel it. What was he trying to do? What was he trying to prove?
This is what I hate about these new age footballers, yeah. They think they're the bee's knees when they're not. This is the problem. Honestly, yeah, this football thing, yeah, bro, at the end of the day, all these guys are talented. They're all professional footballers and they're at the top teams. So we know you're good at football. But it's the mentality, it's the attitude. Like, people act like, okay, he's like, I won the Prem. They think they're all that. You're not, bro. They think the club is in turmoil, is in shambles. Everyone should just do what they're supposed to do and be serious. I know we were playing against what was it, Barnsley or whatever it was. Bro, smashed them 8-0. The game was close. It was actually a close game. It was 2-1 until like the 82nd minute. And Kaiser had a stinker as well, by the way. That guy, I don't know for him. But look, Thomas, like, he's just lucky that obviously we're playing not a great team. I don't know what league they're in, League One or something. He's just lucky we weren't playing a great team, because if we had ended up getting knocked out, bro, that is a sellable offense. Because why are you doing that? You never did that before. So I just don't understand what his thinking was.
Even the Barnsley manager came out after the game and was just like, would you do that in the Premier League game? Would you do that in the Champions League game? He said, obviously, I'm happy that we scored a goal, but you felt the type of way on how they scored a goal, because he's kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that guy's just trying to make a headline, bro. You lost. It doesn't matter, man.
No, I think I get his point of view. Like, I get we were gonna lose anyways, but why are you trying to like showboat and show off and do all that? Like, he's even saying that he's even trying to say in a sly way, I don't really care about the goal that we even scored, because it doesn't actually mean anything, because what this guy was doing.
No, I get it, but he didn't have to mention it because we lost.
Because they asked him a direct question, though. They're obviously going to ask him about that.
Yeah, but even when they asked him, he should just be like, look, I don't know, like, whatever he was doing, that's his own business. Why is he saying it's disrespectful?
Sometimes trying to be disrespectful, bro. Trying to be disrespectful, bro. You don't do them things, man. You have to show respect to your opponents, bro. Always respect.
The manager was right. He wouldn't do that in a Champions League game. He wouldn't do that in a Premier League game. Do you know what I'm saying? He would never try that.
Of course he wouldn't, because he's playing against good players. Like, get why he did it, but I'm just saying, in the form that Liverpool is in, this is not the time and place.
This is what I'll say. When City went and whacked Exeter 10-1, did you see anybody doing back heel in the box? Oh,
that's what I'm saying about
that would have broke your head. What you bro? It's about respect.
When we were beating Portsmouth 4-1, nobody was showboating either.
Nobody was showboating, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what about Midweek? Did he not do? What did he do? Did not do
What do you,
something.
what do
What
you,
did
well,
he-
you missed the pen, yeah.
But yeah, look,
You
my
see,
own team.
look at this guy. He's looking.
I'm just going to that straws.
What? He goes, what didn't Madwake do something? He was really trying to think about what did you hear that he did?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
did
it was the pen. I thought the pen even. He didn't. That run up wasn't you, but the run up was actually crazy. His run up. But
he,
anyways,
he actually took his time, yeah, but he just dragged the ball too wide.
No,
That's
yeah,
that's
that guy is so Nigerian, bro. See all these
of
Nigerian
course.
boys, man. Pens is not their specialty.
Honestly, yeah,
even the way even in Madwake as well, the way he grabbed the ball and he went to the penalty spot, he said, "Yeah, I'm taking this." Like he went up there with such confidence. It's like, bro, yeah, that's not a problem, but you better flip and score,
yeah. That's the
and
thing.
you missed, and now you just look like a dope.
When he
The way
could
you
have kicked,
grabbed the
bro,
ball,
I would have
like nobody
gave him
was
the
gonna
game.
fight with you to get the ball anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but bro, you know he's coming from Chelsea. Them man like to fight over who's taking penalties.
Listen,
This is not his first time. This is actually very
Exactly.
listen. You've been here for like 6 months now. You need to get that Chelsea mentality out of your head. You need to get that out of your head. You're not there anymore.
Yeah.
You only take that ball if you're going to go score. Because nobody was arguing with you. Everybody have faith in you to go and score. And what do? You missed. Do you know what I'm saying? So the next time you grab that ball, just make sure you score.
He's not gonna get the chance again. You think I
Oh, I
told
know
you?
he's not going to get the chance again.
that's
It
it.
is, bro. Yeah, out. But can Liverpool win the FA Cup? Obviously, like I love my team, and it's a cup competition. And Liverpool are kind of known for cup competitions, but you have to be realistic. If we book you, man, we book City. It's long for us, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
you
you
have to
guys seem to
ask
you
for it
guys, you
now.
guys seem to have Arsenal's number, so I don't. I
Not
think if I was a
really.
Liverpool fan, I'd be a little bit optimistic going into that type of fixture. Say if we do meet you guys in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we have your number. I'd say we just cancel each other out. Most of our matches the past couple of years have been draws. And then obviously Subside just scored one free kick, but that should have been a draw as well. So in the actual, in more often than not, our matches would be draws. And we're just not in great form anyway. So only thing I would say is obviously if you guys are really battling with City for this league, maybe your minds will be elsewhere. And obviously this will be all we really have to play for. Because I know we're gonna get top four because Chelsea and United are just not serious clubs. How are we on whatever we've lost for like 2 months straight and we're still fourth. So the top four is sorted. But if Arne Slot could win the FA Cup, get into the top four, and have like a strong one in the Champions League, yeah, I'll have to say, do you know what? You had a bad season. We go again next season. But I think if he, because we have Brighton next, let's say he loses to Brighton, and
Yeah.
then we get knocked out of the last 16 in the Champo, then yeah, that's looking like the more likely route that's going to happen. But yeah, it's yet to be seen. I wouldn't mind an FA Cup, to be honest. Take it.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Hey, what do you think of Arsenal's chances in the FA Cup? Do you think they'll be able to kind of like maintain a good standard level, well, a good level of standard? I'm not even sure if that makes sense, but you know, standard level,
You're very good.
you
Standard of level.
standard. I got it right the first. I just realized I got it right the first time. I don't know why. I don't know why I remixed it. But keep a good standard for the rest of the season to be able to kind of challenge in the league. Obviously, we've made it deep into the Carabao Cup, but we're still gonna have to keep chugging along in the league. But I think what will kind of benefit Arsenal as well is the fact that they're going to finish in the top 8 spot in the Champions League, and so that means they're going to be automatically in the round of 60, not round of 60, is it round of 60? Yeah, round of
Yeah,
60,
yeah,
round of 16. So then that basically means you get a break from like ending of Jan to like was it I say start of March. That's when the round of 16 fixtures usually are. Start of March, middle of March, around that time. So obviously they'll have league fixtures in between that. There'll be a couple of FA Cup games. The Carabao Cup final will already kind of be set. Do you think they'd be able to kind of keep a good level to be able to compete in the FA Cup, and then when it comes the Champions League rolls around again, they could maybe possibly go further than that and in the that competition as well, like go all the way to the final, possibly win it, because they were close last season, and with the depth now there, is it possible? Is a question that most people are kind of asking now, because most people at the start of the season, maybe even a month or two ago, possibly wouldn't be thinking about Arsenal trying to win a quadruple. But it's something that you can kind of have to give a bit of light to, because right now they are in all competitions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see, my thing is I never call for no quadruple treble until you've won 2 trophies. Do you know what I mean? I would
No,
never
but what I'm saying is, you think they can keep a good level for the duration of the season to be able to compete on those fronts?
like yes, in the sense of we have the bodies to do it. Like our next FA Cup game is what, Wigan. Do you know what I mean? The Chelsea game that's gonna come now is then that's all the way in like what? When's that game? Like in
February,
3 weeks.
February. Yeah.
So like you can rotate. You know, we have the ability to rotate, so that will save us. So can we maintain it? Yeah. Will we? I don't know. I don't know because the way the injury crisis is happening right now with our backline, brother, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So that's the only problem. Um, because even in within that window, some of those boys, I don't even know if some of them have to play World Cup qualifiers, but I know Calafiori has to play a World Cup qualifier as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot the international break actually as well.
So that's in there as well. Look, international break, maybe most of the boys, the teams or countries already qualified, they can rest. So we'd have that, but you
But
know,
DR is not gonna rest. Bukai is not gonna rest.
they have to rest. They have to rest. I
Not
don't
not
care.
until
Listen,
they love playing for England. They're gonna go off.
listen, that country, hey Bukayo, if you listen, that country doesn't owe you anything. You know how you had to. Remember what they said to you when you missed the pen, bro? You know your damn thing. Best stay home and rest. But look, can we? I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, bro, we have the players, we have the bodies to do. Like even deeper is like Max Bellman. Isn't that guy back to kindergarten, bro? But he can come
No,
back.
he's injured, bro.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's been injured. Yeah, he's been
How-
injured.
Damn, I
Yeah,
thought they sent him back to do GCSEs or something.
no, he's just been injured, bro.
Okay, well he's but look, even Ethan Wanyeri's there. He doesn't even make the bench no more. Mars can Mars can come on and play. Madueke's that like we have like a whole second team that we can utilize, and we have. And the only way, if you look at that City squad, any team that's done a treble, that's done even a double, like they rotate a team. You have to let the boys' legs rest. And Arteta's going to run into this situation where it's going to hit like because the season's going to come and end very quickly. Like we're midway through Jan now. There's going to be Feb, March, April. Like March and April is really those key months.
Feb is only what 28 days, so that goes relatively quick
That goes
again.
quick.
And then
So
you're in March, and then boom, it's only like a month and a bit of the season left.
exactly. And then you're like, so then I feel like Ateta's going to run into this thing where it's just like, okay, now I can't necessarily rotate. And then you have to see what type of manager is he. Is he gonna then in his mind commit and just say, okay, do you know what? Let's focus on Prem, let's focus on champs, whatever happens in FA Cup and whatever happens in the Carabao Cup final is whatever it is, God take the wheel. Or is he gonna be like, nah, let me play my strongest team out for every single one of these? Because bro, eventually, because again, it's like these players have the World Cup coming up. That's a psychological thing. Am I? No, my legs are shattered. Is Declan Rice knowing that the way he's feeling right now? Obviously, he's a competitor. He's gonna want to win, and he's gonna want to, be out there doing what he's doing. But in his mind, he knows World Cup is there. Do I really want to? Like, I know this. Am I gonna run that extra 10%? If we draw, if we lose the game, is that because me, Bukayo, and some of the boys, we know the World Cup is coming, and that was in the back of our minds, and we didn't want to give that extra because those are the margins that decide whether you're a champion or not. That extra 10%. And there's so many things that's going to go through players like Arsenal. Yes, we got to the semi-final last year, but in terms of being in every single competition, first in the champs, first in the Prem, semi-final Carabao, you're probably going to go to minimum semi-final of the FA Cup. Arteta has to make a decision as to, do I go for everything and possibly sacrifice certain players, or am I going to be a bit more like tactical with how I approach some of these games? Do I maybe know that I might have City away, but maybe I have a key Champions League game the following Tuesday? What do I do here? Because if I beat City away, maybe that kind of wraps up the Prem for me. Or do I kind of play a lesser strong side, maybe we can manage that City game and then go for that first leg semi-final in the champs and try and get a good, foothold in that competition. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how Arteta kind of manages it. But brother, we have the bodies. We just need people to stay fit. That's the only way, because best ability is availability, and 5 players are not available right now that need to be available.
I would say for you, obviously, Prem is the priority because your top, you've got the gap, and it's basically in your control. Champions League, everybody has quality. So even if you put your best team out and put all your eggs in that basket, anyone can knock you out. If we're being realistic. And then with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, you're basically in the final of the Carabao. So it's one game, pretty much. I think you'll be able to deal with Chelsea at home, even with your second team. And then FA Cup, you've got Wigan. And then with the FA Cup as well, it's a lot about luck, depending on who you get in the next round after Wigan and stuff like that. So I think with the Prem, that's your priority. That's your bread and butter. Because you don't want to do what Klopp did in 2022 and be greedy and say, I'm playing my best team in every competition. And you end up with the domestic cups and you've got egg on your face. Because that would be crazy. Because I know if you guys end up with a Carabao and FA Cup, you're not going to be happy with your season, especially from this position. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's necessarily about just playing the same players all the time. I don't think he's going to play the same players all the time, anyways. Like you said, we have the bodies, anyways. It's more of like you said, people staying fit. We have a system that it doesn't really tend to matter who's in there, as long as the individual performances are actually up to scratch. We'll win games. You know what I'm saying? So we're not really too dependent on certain players like we used to back in a couple of seasons. Now we have a complete squad, but it's just what's constantly hammering us. It's just injuries, injuries, injuries. At the start of the season, it was to our forward line. Nani Madueke going down, Havertz going down. Obviously, Jesus was still there with the ACL. Saka going down as well, and then it's hit our back line. And God forbid it hits our midfield, because if DR goes down for a significant amount of time, we're finished. Because as much as the system will still be able to hold it up, but it's a key component in there that helps the system run really, really well. Like other people will be able to fill in, like Mika Marino could possibly fill in there, maybe Kai Havertz could fill in there. Maybe he move Eze in there or something like that, or Ito Manieri. Like there's options, but it's just what he'd give you. You're losing out on a lot, but you could still make it work. So it'll still be doable. So that's what I mean. Like the system is not dependent on players as much as just be individual performances actually being up to scratch. Um, Arsenal winning 4 trophies in a season, obviously that's a fantasy right now. That's in La La Land. You know what I'm saying? Let's get over the line and win one. But it's something that kind of has to be mentioned. You know, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League currently. Carabao Cup semi final are still in the FA Cup. Like I know it doesn't mean much right now, but I think Arsenal have played like 32 games all season, won 26, lost like 2, and maybe drew like 3 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the record speaks for itself, and what we've done speaks for itself as well. So that's what I'm just saying. It's worth the conversation. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's worth the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But to switch the topic, anyways, I wanted to speak about this guy. Um, doesn't even flip on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. Semenyo for City. He should have had 2 goals, or did he still score 2 goals? I'm not too sure who scored that. I can't
second one through there.
So should have had 2 goals for City. But he scored in his debut against Exeter. I think he scored a goal and assisted as well. And then just against Newcastle, he scored a goal. Scored a goal in that too. Could he be like a difference maker for City going into the back end, into the final stretch of the season? Do you think that, because I just think that City are just trying to literally score their way to their league title, because they're still very shaky and ropey in midfield and the defense as well. Kusanov is terrible, and the kid that I had on loan that they recalled back, he's decent, but he's a kid at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They still look gettable, but Semenyo and City, what's your thoughts, was?
I think he could be a difference maker. For me, he was balling out before he came to City. He's balling out now, so the form has stayed with him. I think he's something different. Not different, but he's another top quality winger or attacker that they have in the squad, and he gets goals. Because remember, you were saying before, if Haaland doesn't score, the goal tallies from the rest of the squad wasn't really up to par. Obviously, Semenyo's not getting Haaland numbers, but he's getting decent numbers. Like he could do Bukayo Saka numbers,
Mm.
which would be amazing for them. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the time, clubs will buy a player in January, and that will just get them over the line. You see, we had it with Luis Diaz a couple of years ago. I think PSG had it with Kvaratskhelia. And whenever he came, I think he went to PSG in January.
Last year, this time, like,
Yeah,
a year ago, yeah.
yeah. So, and at the end of the day, he's playing under Pep Guardiola. So if you can improve him on what he was already doing at Bournemouth, he could be a scary player. And back-to-back games, back-to-back goals and assists, he's got the confidence and he's put him straight in. He's fit, he doesn't get injured. I think he could help them push because I think if they had him in those two games that they drew, I think those games turned into wins. In my opinion, they had no one to bring into the game to kind of make the difference. All the best players are already on the pitch. There was no substitutes, but if you've got someone like that in your squad, I think it's only going to help them. It's not going to hinder them. At least they're only going to improve. So yeah,
What do you make of it, H?
Brother, this is what I mean about being intentional with your ambitions. Pep saw that, you know what, we're not, only one guy's really banging in goals, man. And this Foden guy, bro, he's still doing slitting his eyebrows, bro. This guy, I can't depend on this brother, man. So he went and got who's the best attacker in the league, bar the guys I have on my team and bar the guys at Arsenal. And it's Anton, but that is Semenyo. Arsenal should, and that's what I mean about if you want something, you have to do everything physically in your power to secure that thing. It's not that I didn't see what Semenyo was. I saw, bro. But it's how bad do you want this league? That's really what it is. Because see a guy like Pep, he'd buy Semenyo and tell Savinho, oh yeah, back to Brazil. Sorry, bro. On loan to Palmeiras, bro. I won't lie to you. I'll even pay half your wages, bro. Do you know that type of like Pep is always intentional with his actions. Signing Semenyo is so intentional because he knows he sees these guys day in, day out. He knows. Even that year when was the last Jan and he started buying, or was the Jan before that, bro, they were struggling. The guy brought like 4 new people in, bro. He said, bro, this is not how I took, bro. We have to score goals. We have to score goals. That's the only way. So imagine now your starting 11 now has Semenyo added to it, but you can bring on, you know, a Marmoush. You can also bring on Jeremy Doku. You can bring on bro, look, he's laughing. Yeah, but this is the thing, because if you compare it, yeah, he's added one of the better strikers or better attackers in the league onto his team of already as a crazy attack. Who does Arsenal have? After we take Trossard off, bring Martinelli. Brother, it's not this. That's what I mean. It's not the same caliber of player.
like
Arteta himself could have been like, okay, do you know what? I want to win this league. What do I need? I am lacking on my left. On my left hand, I'm lacking. Go get the guys that are gonna help you secure the league. It's simple because you win games by goals. That's the baseline.
can
I
I
look
just
at
ask a question? Are you laughing at Marmoush?
What?
Are you laughing at Marmoush?
It was just the names he was listed off that would just make me laugh.
but
Yeah,
those
boys get in the
listen,
Arsenal squad,
those
though.
players I'm listening are better than the options we have on the left.
Yeah, they get in the Arsenal squad. There's
They're
nothing to laugh at.
well better than the guys that we have on the left.
Marmoush gets in over you.
Anyone on the left, anybody on the left.
Well, he
He
plays.
gets ahead of Trossard, he gets ahead of
Marmoush is a striker. Marmoush is a striker. Anytime they
I'll
take Haaland off, they
put
put
him on
him
the
up
left.
top. He's a
I'll put him on
striker.
the left. I'll put him on the left.
So
Don't
they
worry, we'll
don't
use
play
that
the
speed
same
that day.
position. Marmoush is a striker.
We'll use that speed that day. Don't worry. At least he dribbles with his head up, bro. We use that speed that day.
Hey, he
Yeah.
runs with his head up. He's not a winger. He's a striker.
But even at that, imagine okay, Pep says, okay, you know, I'm not starting Semenyo, have whoever on the left. But imagine he can bring Semenyo on. We have to bring Martinelli on. You then have to start looking at it like, bro, still a deviation in the weight of talent when it comes to our left hand side. All I'm saying is that Pep is intentional with what he wants to do. It seems like Arteta is relying again on these are my guys, they know my thing, bro. Sometimes you actually just have to get that guy that's just gonna take you over the edge. Maybe you're only gonna have him for a season and a half, and then you get rid of him. But that's what it takes. You have to do these things.
I think I'm guessing, Tobes, you're obviously used to hearing the likes of Mahrez, Sane, Sterling.
It's not.
Now
It's
you
not
Marmoush,
even.
and I'm
It's not.
not hearing it.
You know what? This. It's not. It's not even all that good, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't rate Semenyo at all. Not even in the slightest. I'll
Bro.
be.
I know you don't. I know you didn't.
I don't. I don't. I think it's just a recency bias type of thing. He's the new hot thing. He's the flash in the pan right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we could have had this exact same conversation about Mamouche when they signed Mamouche, because you know what I'm saying, he was the it thing then, scoring goals for fun at Eintracht Frankfurt. People were talking about him. I guess what he did, they went to sign him. And then
Bro, that's
he hit the ground
Frankfurt.
running. He went to score. He went to score that hat trick against was it Newcastle or something like that. And everybody was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was giddy. Yeah, everybody was hyper. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like,
Frankfurt, man.
so, look, listen, Semenyo is a good player. I just don't rate him personally. I don't see what it is that you guys might see in him. I just think he's a very average player that's playing above average right now. Do you know what I'm saying? His only decent output was last season, and before that as well, it was very mediocre. And the season before that was very mediocre. And it's not like he wasn't playing games; he was clocking over. I say on average between 24 and 25 games a season for Bournemouth.
I'm looking at stats now. Yeah.
Yeah, for Bournemouth then. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see it for yourself, Pato, his only breakout season was last year, and he's still backing us somewhat this season as well. I'll give it to him, but it's not enough for me to say, yeah, this is the guy that's going to help Manchester City get over the line. I think in some games he'll be clutch and he'll get them over the line, but I think as overall, like I mentioned, they're still gettable. You can still get at the midfield if Newcastle just weren't trying to fight, they maybe would have done something against them. Do you know what I'm saying? Joe Linton is slapping somebody in the back of the head, trying to squirrel. But this guy's a failed striker that got moved into midfield, and you're not even good at that. Like he's genuinely stealing a living over there. But listen, they want to keep young Tog over there. And then Bruno Guimaraes is too good to be playing for Newcastle, but him too. He wants to be fighting people on the pitch, and I don't know why. Because you're actually very good. You can be technically really good. You can pick up pass as well. You can, you know what I mean, like you're press resistant to it to a certain degree. But Semenyo, a good player. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't really get it. To me. He's just pace and power. That's it. He can shoot with a left foot and his right foot. Bro, did you watch him against Newcastle? Lewis Hall
That
had
guy,
him. City might have won the game, but when Lewis Hall, I'm calling him Luke. Lewis Hall emptied his pockets. He had to take Semenyo out there. Imagine, and this is the guy that this is the guy that even still scored a goal. But anytime it was in a one-on-one, Lewis Hall had the ball. So it was against Semenyo. He was rinsing him for days. Even his muscle that he tried to use, trying to lean on him, Lewis Hall was getting past him. He scored a goal, but it still wasn't a great performance. His overall wing play wasn't really all that. I don't see it with him.
I'll just say this,
And
yeah.
and then, like you said, you imagine you have Semenyo there that you can bring on Savinho. Savinho is shit. That's why they signed Semenyo.
But Savinho's better than whoever we have on the left.
He's
That's the
shit. You know I don't like Martinelli, but Martinelli's better.
But,
No, because you're thinking about all the jinky you could possibly do.
bro,
But
I'm the biggest Martinelli defender of everyone here. I
Martinelli.
know who Martinelli is. I went up and defended Martinelli saying, oh, don't worry, we'll find the Brazilian passport. Bro, I've been defending him. But all I'm saying is, when I'm talking about like being intentional with what you want to do, and that's the difference between
Bro,
Arteta and Pep.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying is what I just said. Yeah, listen to what I just said. I said what we're now saying about Semenyo now is what we were saying a year ago when I signed Marmouche.
No, but that's the thing that I will never.
They
You know
were
me. I
intentional
don't
then.
rate.
And it got
Bro,
them
the
jack
thing
shit. The intentional now is
is,
he's not gonna get them shit either.
whatever everyone is saying about Marmoush,
Like I
like,
said, they're gonna lose to
what,
Man United on Sunday on
what?
Saturday.
Look,
I'm telling you now,
look,
they're gonna lose to
what?
United.
Look, one thing about me, yeah, and everyone here knows it. I don't rate Bundesliga, bro. I don't rate that, bro. You know me. I hate that. I hate that league, bro. I don't rate whatever you do in that league. Don't count.
What the Bundesliga is?
You and me and you are playing in the Astro every week. Do you know what I mean? That's even a higher quality than what's going on in the Bundesliga.
What's this guy?
But for me, the difference is you have a guy that's you're familiar with his game week in, week out in the Prem. You see this, and the fact that he's doing it in the Prem, and he's a top player in the Prem. That's the difference maker between him and Marmoush. Bro, Marmoush came here and he said, bro, I'm not Mo Salah, bro. Shit. I don't have it like that, bro. This is not Bundesliga, bro, where man, I just let me jink them. Bro, man, I really out here to break my legs like that on that type of vibe. But Semenyo's doing this week. Yeah, you can say last season was his breakup season. Bro, the guy's literally about to pass things like 1 goal or 1 assist away from passing his GA from last season. Fella has 23 games, 12 goals so far. How many does Martinelli have? How many does he have?
Let him beat Martinelli's best, then we can.
How many
does
Saka
let him go
have?
beat Martinelli's best.
We're not even there. How many does Saka have? How many does Saka have?
Tell him
How
to go
many?
beat Saka's best.
How
Don't
many?
be
Don't be comparing to Saka, but he hasn't pulled up Saka numbers.
Has more goals than Saka.
I'm talking about overall. Don't be mentioning him to Saka because Saka will trump him. Don't bring him. Ask him to put in Saka work first.
Because what we're talking about is right now, yeah. And to me, the most important thing, and this is what literally separates champions now. Whether C win the Prem or don't win Prem, bro, we'll see that at the end of May. But what I'm talking about is the action from Pep. He saw what he was lacking. He said, "Who's the best available?" It was him. Bring the money. Got him. That's what separates you from winning. Like, imagine if Arteta went and got Semenyo, yeah. Pato, what would you say if Arteta went and got Semenyo in Jan? What would
you say for Pato? You genuinely say for what?
No, I would get it because he's better than all your left wingers. But I'll say, it's too much. You got too many players.
You say for what?
But would you feel more? Would you think
like Trossard is balling now? What's Trossard's GA for this season? I bet you he's on par to Semenyo.
Nah, Semenyo's having a crazy season.
Only has
Trossard
has 8 goals.
Yeah, but the assist as well, no?
Yeah, probably like 4
5 assists.
Say again?
Semenyo has 5 assists, 10 goals. Trossard has 5 goals, 4 assists.
Look at that.
Hey.
Half the goals.
So it's again?
9 GA. Semenyo has 13 GA.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's not too far off.
Oh, look at that.
15 GA. Sorry, 15 GA.
Oh, 15.
Yeah. Look at that.
It is bad.
And even he plays for Bournemouth.
That's what I'm saying. This is what my next point was going to be. Do you think his numbers are going to improve or decline now that he's at Manchester City? It's going to improve for sure.
I think it'll be stagnant. No, I don't think it's going to improve that drastically because, like you said, he was playing for Bournemouth, which is fine, but ain't nobody trying to sit in a deep block against Bournemouth. Nobody gives a hoot about Bournemouth. Nobody's sitting in a deep block. Now he's going to be sitting in a deep block, facing people on a consistent basis that the only thing they want to do is just frustrate your life and just defend, and that's what they're going to do. Do you know what I'm saying? All that space you got to run into. I remember the way he just carried the ball against you guys from his end all the way to your end, and he just scored, and nobody said anything. You think he's going to get that opportunity to do against City? No, he's not. So now we're going to have to see him in tight spaces where he's actually going to have to do a level of wing play. Like I said as well, I don't think he's that good of a winger in general. He's going to have to do some level of wing play. He's going to have to be able to he's going to have to be able to use his power and also be able to be intricate and be delicate as well. And that's what I don't think he can do because he's too. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's not even hench like that though. He's just a normal guy.
No, he's not. It's not like hench like that. But that's what his game is based off. It's just pace and power. He said it himself. I'm not saying anything that's mad because the guy said it himself. It's just pace and power. So if you're telling me that, and the team that you went to, who don't get that much space, you're not going to be able to pace and power throughout the whole thing every single time. There's going to have to be a level of sophistication within your work, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that. That's what I said. His GA is going to be stagnant because it's not going to drastically improve. Like Other than Haaland, like I mentioned before, it was only him that was scoring. And what you're telling me, technically, Phil Foden is not better than Semenyo? Why is he struggling? Turkey is not technically better than the Semenyo. Why was he struggling until upon recently? Do you know what I'm saying? All these other players, Reinders and stuff like that, they weren't bagging loads of goals.
Technical midfielders is different to a technical attacker.
I'm just talking about the player in general.
Because Semenyo himself is a very technical footballer. Very technical footballer.
But he would not even be close on the same level of a Phil Foden or Ryan Cherky.
Bro, Pep said that Phil Foden's the best guy he's ever seen when he was like 19, bro, 20, bro. He said that's the best guy I've ever seen at that age group, bro. Phil Foden that guy should be Spanish, bro. That's a different caliber of player, bro. But what we're talking about, someone that's gonna add something to your team. Now, when I look at it, bro, imagine and that's why I posed the question. If Arsenal sign Semenyo, as a neutral, no, I'm just gonna ask.
You're talking about the player. You're actually not talking about how he's going to be used, how he's actually going to play. You're just talking about that he's doing this. How is he actually going to benefit Man City? Other than you just telling me we've got the best available in the market, how is he actually going to impact them, bro?
Because City have struggled to score in the last 4 or 5 games. They're struggling to score. If it's not Haaland, then where did they draw the last 3 games before the FA Cup games? They drew the last 3 games. That's a problem. Pep identified the problem. Okay, who? And that's what I said. Who is the best attacker of everyone in the Prem that isn't at Arsenal, that isn't in my club, that's not at Liverpool? It's Semenyo. He brought Semenyo in to fill in for where all these other guys, Savinho and these are they're just being shit. So he brought him in. And what did he do? He's returning the favor already. 2 goals in 2 games. He's going to score goals. Pep is going to coach him to be in the right place at the right time. We all know who Pep Guardiola is. He's going to coach him. He knows he has a finisher on his hands. So don't be surprised now when it comes to the end of the season, the guy's probably doubled his GA from last season. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. That's what I said to Pat. I was like, bro, if Arsenal signed Semenyo and he was playing on the left wing, how would you feel about his chance of winning the Prem?
It would increase for sure.
You'd be like, bro, that's a certain thing, bro. That's goals. You'd say that's goals, regardless of how because this guy can make a goal from he can do it. He can create the chances.
But when Toes is explaining that, I understand what he means, because the style of play he's going to play against now that he's on Man City is completely different to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, when they were flying last season, it's because everyone's trying to go toe-to-toe with them, and Semenyo and Gyökeres on that left-hand side were just killing people on the counter. But when you play for Man City and you go away to Everton or you go play anyone, but you're just looking at 2 banks of 4, do your worst. It's not going to be the same style of play he's playing against. But what I will say, I think he's competent enough, and with the manager, like you were saying, Pep Guardiola, he's going to show him what he needs to do to play against these low blocks. Pep has been playing against low blocks all his life. He's not going to buy a guy that doesn't.
I completely know that, and that's now
yet to be seen.
To my next argument, we have to wait and see, because he's never faced a low block a day in his life before. He's never had to now run into space for no reason, so somebody else can now drop in, and then when somebody else drops in here, that's your trigger to now go over to this side. He's gonna have to learn the little schemes. The whole method. Is he going to be able to do that now effectively between now and the end of the season is yet to be seen, because he's going to play Champions League football for the first time in his life. That's going to be a whole different experience for him as well. And he's going to be playing that in January. And then the heat is going to turn up a little bit more once you start getting to the round of 16, if City get into there, and then the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, all that kind of stuff. And now the game is more open, but it's more high flying. Like if you take a bad touch, now somebody Lamine Yamal just take the ball and just bend the top bins. How are you going to respond to it? Like, it's a whole different thing that he's coming into, and I just think it's just going to be too big for him.
But so he does. So City still have to play us and still have to play you guys. Mm-hmm. Those are 2 very pivotal games. You only took 1 point off us this season. Mm-hmm. So Semenyo is not going to have It's not going to play against a deep block when he plays us. So City going to beat us. That's 6 points off Liverpool. Then he's going to play against you guys, I think, at the Emirates. But still, especially at the Emirates, you're not going to sit in 2 banks.
It's going to be, because they already signed the 2 banks or 4 at the Emirates, anyways.
Fair enough. That's why he's bringing that up. Anyways,
I've never seen Erling Haaland defend his box in the 63rd minute. When you're 1-0 up, I've never seen that a day before in my life.
But anyways, when you guys play them, obviously, yeah, Arteta, he might sit back, but eventually he's going to go for it as well because he's not just going to play for a draw. So he's going to have space against you guys. If City somehow beat Liverpool and beat you guys,
Yeah, see,
that's,
but that's 2 games. That's 2 games out of maybe what match week are you now 21 or something like that. Of like seven, it would be like
yeah,
what 15 other games. He might possibly have space in. I'm talking about the games where it's going to be nitty gritty. They've already played Nottingham Forest away, so I think it might be everything the way that they might have them. They still might have to go to Brighton and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm pretty sure they have to come to Anfield now.
yeah, you have to come
They
out,
still have to come to Anfield and all that kind of stuff. Like they still have to go to Stamford Bridge. There's a couple of places they still have to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I will
And
just,
then
I just want to say lastly, yeah, and I was made this point like was the last week or the week before. I was just like, sometimes managers get roped into signing guys that are good in their position in their league. Do you know what I mean? But remember when I said managers should also look at who's managing the player. Do you rate the manager? And Areola he's a very good manager. So I don't think Pep looked at him and said, "Oh, it's Liam Rosina that's managing him." Let me know. That's like buying a landmine. But he's like, "No, this is a good." Like Pep probably rates my man. He's like, "Bro, what you're doing is kind of mad still." Like he's probably like, "This is a competent." Like Pazo said it. Like Semenyo isn't like one of these wingers that's black. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
He's a do you know what I mean? Like he's a very competent guy because he's a very efficient player from what I've seen as well. Like the guy's not gonna take a shot that he just doesn't think is gonna do so. Do you know what I mean? He's a patient type of player. So Pep's not just going to sign guys for the sake of signing players because he needs the bodies. He's gonna sign someone that what can I do with this guy? If I can do, bro, Pep signed Fabian Delph and gave Fabian Delph Prem titles, bro. Do you know what I mean? He utilized him. So what can I do with this person? If I can utilize him, I'm gonna bring him in. Now, like you said, we'll see if Semenyo
well,
wants
I'll just cut in quickly. Not to diss him or anything like that, but Fabian Delph played academy football, so his footballing brain would be on a different level. So that's how he's able to succeed as well. But I'm not trying to hate on Semenyo, but I'm just making a point there. One went through the proper footballing school system, so he was able to grab it like that. You know what I'm saying? Fabian Delph went to private school. Semenyo was in the community school. You know what I'm saying? It was a different level of education. You had to get it from the mud. But no, I hear it. I'm not trying to hit. I'm not trying to hit on the guy. I wish him well, but I just don't personally see how he's gonna flourish. You know what I'm saying?
obviously you don't want City to do well, but I
Yeah,
think
he's genuinely not even coming from a place of
I
hatred.
know. But obviously, from a neutral standpoint, because I've got no dog in this fight, for me, Semenyo improves Man City a lot. And then they're going to get the 2 centre backs back as well. With 2 centre backs, actual centre backs, and Semenyo, the title race is going to be more difficult for you guys. Obviously, you have to do your job. You've got the gap. But when Pep Guardiola has his full back four and another attacker, I've got to respect the guy who's been there and done it before.
I'm actually upset that you're going to be away next week, so we won't even be able to catch up straight away after that United City game. But like I said, they're going to lose on Saturday. I'm gonna have a good lunch. I'm gonna have a good lunch. I'm gonna watch the game, and I'm gonna have a good dinner as well because I'm gonna be well fed. I'm gonna be fed from that game. And I'm gonna be well fed as well after having dinner
You
as
know
well.
what? I would laugh. If Semenyo scored like the winning goal in the 95th minute. I would absolutely crack up, man. I was like, go and see to people.
When I'm away, I'm gonna be drinking tea or something, and I'm just gonna see City 5, United 0, Semenyo hat-trick. Bro, this City team are not losing to that United team. Bro, their manager is Michael Carrick.
He's actually a competent manager as well.
Oh,
the guy just brought who did he bring as his assistant, bro? Johnny.
Johnny Evans is a good lad. He's a good lad.
Somebody that was playing for United 2 years ago. Oh my god,
bro! Johnny Evans that was kicking ball with these in the gulag, bro.
How are you gonna respect him? The guy when he was playing for them 2 years, he played with some of these guys still. Most of these guys, Johnny Evans played with them, and he was shit. So,
boys, we'll leave it there. We'll reconvene maybe at some point next week. We're trying to work out our schedules right now. Everything's a little bit hectic. So we need to sort that out. But we'll definitely speak about the games on the weekend at some point next week. But yeah, for the guys that have been in the live in and out to the live, we appreciate you, man. We're gonna jump off now. So yeah, guys, look after yourselves. We'll catch you next week. Good night. God bless. Take